I'm Jonathan Clancy, Director of Collections and Preservation at the Stickley Museum at Craftsman Farms. While we're all on lockdown, I thought it'd be useful to take you through some of the pieces in our collection and give you something to do in your time at home. So this is the sideboard. We're standing in the living room of the log house, and it's a massive sideboard. It's 10 feet long, it's almost 6 feet high, and it's custom built for Stickley's house. It's also a great example of his late pieces of construction. This was probably done around 1911 when the house was ready for occupation, and it's just an amazing piece. Now, one thing we can't do on tours usually is open drawers, so this provides a nice opportunity to do it. And what I want to show you is these drawers here. And they're great examples, mainly because they're lined with suede. And so those first set of 2 drawers on the top are all lined with suede. And it means that we know what they're built for, right? They're built to hold silverware. By contrast, the drawers below it, these 3 bottom drawers, are all lined with cedar. And so when you see a cedar lining, what you want to think about is, why would they do that? And the reason is textiles. So we know this is a sideboard for the dining room. We have pictures of it in the dining room at the time, but it's a great example of Stickley's ability to transform a standard shape he had into a much larger and more monumental piece. Now, the other great thing about this is that even though it's not marked, right, with a shop mark like you see with a red Alzig Khan and the compass, it is marked on the back of the drawers, and it's something we only realized fairly recently. So if we turn that over, you can see on there that it says Sideboard for GS, Gustav Stickley, and it's got the dimensions. And on pretty much every drawer, we find that. If we look too, we can tell this is a later piece of Stickley, even if it wasn't marked. And one way is that the dovetails here, which are these little fingers and grooves, they're really regular, and they're machine cut, and we know that sometime in 1902 he bought a dovetail machine. We also notice there's a transition here between the oak surface and this wood at the side. It's much different looking. And the reason is oak begins to get really expensive at this time. So Stickley starts to compromise a little bit. So this is beech here, and then on the very bottom of the drawer, which is typical for his late work, it's like an early plywood. It's a laminate, so it's faced on both sides and has a core in here. The other nice thing about this sideboard is that it is overbuilt. So it's just massive, it's heavy, it's really built more extensively than it needs to be. But one of the things it features is full dust boards. And dust boards are the divider, that wooden divider between the drawers. And this helps moderate any environmental effects, any insect effects, and really gives the piece a lot more weight. So when you see these full dust boards, you know, overbuilt, built for purpose, all good.